if you're hungry for money, I guarantee you'll fail. 100%. If you start into entrepreneurship and that journey and all you care about is getting rich, you will fail. You will fail miserably. Every entrepreneur, not some, every single one that achieved some massive liquidity event that I've talked to, and I've met many of them, they don't even remember, the day it happened. They just woke up and said, oh my goodness, I'm filthy rich. But they weren't calculating for that. It's because they created something of such value that someone else said, well, we want to buy that business, and you own whatever you owned of it. And that's what happened to me. I woke up one day and we sold the learning company for $4.2 billion. I was one of the founding members. I had founder shares. I wasn't even thinking about that the night before when we were negotiating the deal. And then the funny thing was, when we all came back to the office, the 10 of us that were founders, we didn't know anything else except to go back to work. We didn't even know what to do. So the only difference was we were filthy rich. Over time, people change sort of their momentum and their motivation. But if you think that you can calculate the exit and that somehow you can start a business because you know you're going to sell it and make a lot of money, you will fail 100%. It's the second issue you talked about. It's the passion of loving what you do and getting up every day and willing to work 25 hours a day, 8 days a week because you love it so much and you love to compete. That's how you become free. It's about not about the pursuit of capital. It's the pursuit of freedom, personal freedom. I don't have to work anymore. I work harder than I ever have. I really enjoy what I do. I love to compete. I love to do what we're doing right now, talking about this so that others may learn from my mistakes. But the whole idea is personal freedom. That is the American dream. And you have to set your course on that. And there's one attribute you need to pull that off. And I've taught so many people. It's the ability to differentiate the signal from the noise every minute of the day. People are going to chase you with stuff. You're going to get 1,000 ideas. They're going to call you and ask you to do stuff. If it's not on task for the signal, it's noise. It's noise. And you have to just push it aside. Those are the great entrepreneurs. They don't deal with the noise. When I start a business, for example, let's say watch insurance. I'm a big watch collector. I've looked at every single policy there is for watches. None of them work for me. Problem with watches, that if you go and get a rider on your home insurance, you're going to notice when you actually read the fine print that you're going to end up in many cases with a depreciated value of the watch 10 years later when you lose it or it gets stolen or you break it. Except the majority of watches these days go up in value. Your policy a decade later when that watch is out of production can't even contemplate its market value. So I want a policy that actually scrapes market value every 24 hours and I can insure it for exactly what it'll cost to replace it.